Victor Moan Jr., y'all. Victor Moan Jr. Victor Moan Jr. is a lone wolf. Ow! Victor Moan Jr. is really in a, they say it's a rock in a hard place, but I don't really like that saying because I don't understand that saying. You know what I mean? A rock in a hard place, just move the rock. You know what I mean? It should be like a boulder or something. Just move the rock. You know what I mean? Just move the rock. You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple. So I never understood that saying as a kid. Like, just move the rock. Just move the rock. You playing basketball? Move the rock. You on the corner? Move the rock. You rapping? Move the rock. It's really that simple. You can't really be stuck between a rock and a hard place. If you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, you ain't even trying. There's a song that says, "Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low." So how could you be stuck between a rock and a hard place when we got mountains and boulders out here and canyons and stuff? So you can't really be stuck between a rock and a hard place unless you're Patrick, the starfish from SpongeBob. But what does he do? Patrick lives up under a rock, but he moves the rock to get out the rock. You see what I'm saying? You can't be stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what I'm trying to get at is Vic, he really ain't stuck in the game. Vic is already pot committed. If you don't know what pot committed is, that's like you playing poker. All right, that's the pot. Boom, you already pot committed. You already put in enough money. You might as well play it now. Boom, I got to do it. Vic is in here looking sad every single time he gets called in here. Now, the task force, they out there on their job because Agent Vargas was killed by Vic. He was all he had to do. All Vic had to do was say, Tommy Egan did it. I know. Everyone's saying if he did that more, we wouldn't have no show. But guess what? This is Victor Moan Jr. This is Victor Flynn's story. We don't give a fuck about Tommy right now. We talking about Vic and what he needs to do. And he in here, he nervous as hell. Look, I did everything you said you needed me to do. Tommy gave us new burner phones. Here's my new number. He's giving them all the information. It's just, we've seen this countless times in the Power universe. For some reason, the most educated people, the people that we hire, the people that we elect to serve and protect, they somehow don't protect or serve us. It seems like they serve themselves and protect their checks by getting bullshit overtime. They done got Agent Vargas killed. Now they want to go bug Tommy Egan's spot with Vic when Vic was there when Vargas got killed. What the fuck? That's what the police and the feds do to you. They let you continue to fuck up and fuck up and fuck up. Because guess what? Vic said he wanted all this in writing. Vic got everything in writing to cooperate. Vic ain't got wearing a wire to cooperate. Vic ain't got putting a tracking device in the car to cooperate. Vic ain't got put a motherfucking hearing device in the house in writing. He only got, he's going to witness protection if he helps. The feds can say, well, you didn't really do nothing for us in that part. What did Mirkovich tell Nunez? He said, man, all the money ain't here. He said, no. You were supposed to get McDowell. You didn't do the job. So at this point, Vic is like, because he can't do nothing. He can't do nothing. Now, I was asking y'all earlier about that 500,000 and that 1.5. I bet if you was Vic, you want that 1.5. Now, he can't leave the city. Everyone knows who Victor Flynn is. Passport, they going to be on his ass. Boom. They ain't getting out of here. Plus, Vic ain't even got the liquid cash anyway to make any kind of moves. Now, DeFranco's been calling out Stacy Marks this whole time. He's the only one doing his actual job. But we've finally seen Bobby DeFranco be a little unethical. And what I mean by that is saying, hey, let's use the CI, Victor Flynn, to put the bug in the apartment. So now Vic is what they would say, y'all call it a rock and a hard place. He ain't got no other option in order to get witness protection. But do you really want witness protection in the Power Universe? Uh, no. They didn't goddamn crept up on Tasha ass. They didn't kill two marshals. You're not safe. The only way you're safe in this is if you fucking leave. That's it. But he can't leave. He has to continue to cooperate. You see what I'm saying? This is kind of like that Barney song they taught us when we were younger. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do your share. Clean up. Well, in this cleanup operation, no one's doing any of the work except for Vic. No one's doing any of the work except for Vic. And look at Vic. He's just an innocent kid, man. I don't want to have to pull this card, but he's just an innocent white boy. Look at him. Frail, fragile. He don't even know what's going on. Look at him. This has to be a huge misunderstanding. Vic doesn't have anything to do with any of this. He was just an innocent kid brought up in this evil world. His father was a bad man. His sister is a bad girl. Tommy's a bad man. He was the kid that got mixed up with the wrong crowd. I didn't want to have to do this, but this is the truth. This ain't who Vic is. Paulie even said this ain't who Vic is. Walter said this ain't who Vic is. Now look at him. When you try to be something that you're not and you get to pretending, well, the real life don't pretend with you. The bullshit gets exposed. And right now it's, well, you seen when they was in the warehouse getting them burner phones. Even Jenard knew, man, this nigga Vic ain't right. But that's because he ain't built like that. It's sad, but he ain't built like that. He ain't built like that. So now, Victor Moan Jr., I don't even know why I keep calling him that, Victor Flynn, he got to go over to Tommy's house. Now, do you know how nerve-wracking this has to be? You going over to Tommy's house and you never know what time. Tommy's like, oh, what's up, kid? You showed up early. Now, you know, you look over here, Tommy and his mama, they got the same taste. They be on that Jameson. That's all they drink. Sun up to sun down. That's all they gonna drink. Well, now he has to put a listening device inside of the house. You never know what Tommy is going to do. I'd advise any character dealing with Tommy, I don't care if you're Tariq St. Patrick, all the way up to Ghost. If you're dealing with Tommy Egan, always have a weapon with you and always have one in the head. Because at any given moment, Tommy can just switch up on you and get to work. Whether that be stabbing, strangulation, shooting, hitting you on the head with a bottle. You never know what Tommy Egan is going to do. Now, Vic shows up and he's nervous as hell. At this point, you got to be prepared for anything. You might have to have a blade on you and your weapon on you. Have that motherfucker cocked already, though. You know what I mean? Because you're attempting to bug Tommy Egan's house, and you already know what Tommy Egan is about. From the moment you met Tommy, you knew he wasn't playing around. So now you over here, you nervous as hell. I'm trying to give you guys an example of what this nervousness is like. Let me see. Well, a lot of y'all wasn't like an asshole like I was in school. So, well, I was never nervous to go see the principal. I just knew suspension was coming. I'm trying to see. I really don't know, man. I ain't really never been. Well, no, I ain't really never been this nervous before. I can't even give you a real life example. Oh, okay. The only time I was ever scared for a response was when there was a potential bomb on the base. That day, my heart rate was so damn elevated. Technically, I wasn't supposed to go in there. I shouldn't have been cleared. But my dog Beecham was the one doing my he was doing my vitals and everything, because you gotta get your vitals before you go in and before you go out. So when they called me, went up there, suited up, they did my vitals. I was going in there for a bomb response. Man, EOD's machine didn't work, so I had to take the box down. I had to run a soil, not a soil sample, but I had to run a sample on it, 10 by 10 centimeter square. Had to run that on to see if there's any proteins, to see if there was any explosive powders or anything on it. That was probably the only time I ever been scared during a response. And I'm talking about my heart rate was. I'm like, fuck, man. They talking about just go in there, you just be gentle with it. So I went in there, dog. My heart was pounding, bro. I was nervous as hell. I do a PT test. My heart ain't never beat like that. So I'm in there. I'm trying to get the damn box down. Luckily, it wasn't nothing in there. A kid just left like in the fire extinguisher. He just left like a little box. But one of the moms called. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as hell. But the potential to know that you could probably die from some shit. Oh man. Now you going over here and you trying to set up a device. You don't know if this device is gonna actually stick to something. You don't know if it's actually gonna work. And then they tell you gotta go back and do something else. Tommy might find you doing some shit. Then Tommy in this motherfucker, he talking about, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Tommy went to that bathroom, used the bathroom, and came out the bathroom so quick he ain't wash his hands. Tommy nasty ass ain't wash his hands. This nigga Vic had enough time to drop to one knee, put the device up under there, and he was getting up as soon as Tommy came out the bathroom. I was like, am I the only one that noticed that Tommy just went in there and just used the bathroom and didn't wash his hands? Then he went into the kitchen and grabbed a knife. This had to be some scary shit. Like, this is some, man, I don't even, that was a cool spot where he put it. Luckily, there was a little cusp up under there, because if not, it would have just been sticking on the bottom of it. You see what I'm saying? Lucky it was this little part right here. I don't know, man. I don't know where you would have put that at, but pause. But Tommy came out, he was like, wait, you ready? He's like, yeah, what's that knife for? See, right when I seen Tommy get that knife, look where my hand is at, y'all. Look where my hand is at. You see? You see? Tommy grabs a knife, you grab a gun. Tommy grabs a gun, you better have a grenade or something. You better have a grenade or something, or the police on speed dial. But they about to go ride out, and man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna tell Tommy, man, I'm just gonna drive my car. I'm gonna follow you. I can't. I'm not riding with Tommy. Now I knew. I've known two people that killed somebody in real life. One of them, I never like hung out with him after he did it, because he ended up going to jail like 2 days later. But we all knew who did it. And then the other guy, I knew him, but I wasn't like hanging out with that nigga. I'm like, hell no. If a nigga could kill somebody just to kill somebody, oh man. No, sir. We used to go down to the park on Sundays, Swope Park. I would see him. He'd ride by. Everybody knew he didn't call the body. You say what's up. I wasn't hanging out with that nigga. I wasn't about to be nowhere near him, because my mom like, man, somebody will come back and get him. Or this nigga get the tripping and try to get me. I'm not riding with Tommy in that damn night when I know, well, not me. I'm talking about Vic. This is Vic talking. I know that I'm trying to bug his place and I'm working with the feds. Ain't no way. What you got to talk about, Tommy? We got new burners. Call me on the burner. I'll switch my burner out today. Mm-mm. And then they get to talking about rats. You know what I ate? What's that, Tommy? Rats. Like the rats on the ground? He said, hell no. Nigga, the rats. Hey, that mug is clean too. He said, I hate rats. He's like, ain't that Miguel's homeboy? He's like, yeah. So now they creeping up on him. Now, I don't know how he didn't see them. Like, Tommy ran around the car for I don't know why. And then Vic was just walking down the street, man. I would have seen them. And you never get out the vehicle unless you got like a suit on. Man, you don't never get out the vehicle to put your jacket and shit on. When you there, while the car is still running, put your shit on. Just in case. Just in case you gotta throw that bitch in reverse or just put that bitch in drive and you gotta get up out of there. Never hop about the car and put your shit on unless it's like a suit. But luckily, if you in a suit, you probably going to some shit niggas ain't gonna be at. You know what I mean? 9.9 times out of 10, niggas ain't gonna be there. You really ain't gotta worry about much. But you gotta be prepared at all times, especially if you're in a dope game. It'd be simple mistakes like this. And if you see a guy walking in the street, this is jaywalking right here. That's why jaywalking is a crime. Because look what they doing. This is jaywalking what Tommy is doing. And they kidnapped this guy. You gotta watch out for the jaywalkers. Jaywalkers, if they have disregards for not watching the crossing light, then you gotta watch those people. Me, I hit that crossing light. Whoop, 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 whoop. I was hit by a car as a kid. And trust me, y'all don't want that shit to happen. I hit the crossing, ding, ding, ding. I'll wait for that motherfucker to say green. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all probably gonna think I'm an asshole. But if other people are on the curb with me and we waiting on the light to turn so we can walk across, I always let them walk across first. Cause I don't know if somebody, so I let them go ahead and do their thing. All right, it is safe. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I don't want nobody to get hit, but that's just the way I am, man. I'm telling y'all, man, I can't take another blow. Pause, man. I get another head accident, nigga, it might be over with for me. It might be over with for me. Concussion, the car wreck when I was younger, man, my head fucked. The car wreck last year tore my shit up. Hey, I ain't fucking with no more head injuries. No more. So I'm like, hey, go ahead. Y'all go ahead and go. All right, coast is clear. But if you see somebody walking diagonally across the street towards your car, be prepared. Be prepared. Yes, RT far ambitious and rare. Be prepared. That's what Scar was telling the hyenas. Be prepared. That's all you gotta do is be prepared. But they end up going to kidnap Nunez. And now Vic is just in more shit. More shit after more shit. Now we know on my channel we got a thing called dumb stuff and stupid shit. Vic is into some stupid shit right now. Vic could have just been kicking it, letting Walter Flynn run everything, enjoying, reaping all the benefits of being a millionaire. But now Vic is in the game. That's why I told y'all he ain't even built like that. Yeah, you're right, Kendall. I am being a gentleman. I'm gently letting them go by so this man can stay alive. You know what I mean? I'm gently letting them go by so this man can stay alive. Staying alive, staying alive. The song ain't called Staying Dead. It's called Staying Alive. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, DeMarcus. Miriam was the one that tipped off everything to Tommy. That's the only reason Tommy knew all that. But we on Vic's story, so Vic don't know what the fuck is going on. You see what I'm saying? So that you know how I play it. When we on Vic's story, we can only go off of what Vic knows. And Vic don't know how he knew about Nunez. Because remember when they pulled up, he was like, ain't that Miguel's homeboy? So Vic, he's just a deer in headlights. The whole episode, this is Vic. The whole episode. Arms crossed, scared as hell. Feds on his ass. Tommy on his ass. Everybody on his ass. Everybody is on his ass. He don't know what the hell going on. And Nunez, he tough. He tough. Nunez is making little shady deals. You know what I'm saying? What Beyonce say? She said, why you acting shady and calling me baby? If you ain't running game, say my name, say my name. Well, Nunez, You gonna have to give up some information, nigga, because they ain't seeing your name in this motherfucker. They about to say that tattoo is gone, and that nigga Vic is scared as hell. He said, "Give me that knife, Vic." Vic is like, in his mind, he's like, "Tommy, what you about to do?" Tommy said, "Man, that tattoo looking good, man." They did that to my dog. Remember they cut the old boy tattoo off? What was his name? What was his name? What was Tommy's friend's name that they cut the tattoo off before they got rid of him? What was his name? Who remembers? Who remembers? Who remembers who Tommy was referencing? Because I don't. I don't. Vic is scared as hell. Yeah. Don Julio. I got my plaque right here that says my name is Don Julio. Don Julio de Jesus El Jefe. That's what they used to call me at work. Don Julio de Jesus El Jefe. That's what they used to call me. That was my Spanish name. Shout out to my girl Dios. You know what I mean? She was from Mexico. She said, if I could pick out a Spanish name, I said Don Julio de Jesus El Jefe. And they put that on my going away plaque. So whatever she would call me, hey, Don Julio. Soy Don Julio. That's me. And in Portugal, I mean, not Portugal, but yeah, in Portugal, but in Brazil, it's Julio. So, you know, I got a little bit of Spanish, you know what I'm saying? I was an honorary member for a little bit. She was supposed to teach me Spanish, but we never got to it. Damn. But they ended up cutting off old boy's tattoo off his head, and Vic is scared as hell. Look at Vic. And then we get that phone call to let him know. They whooped his ass, though. They did a good job with this nigga's makeup. Because this looked believable. This looks like some Halloween shit right here. If you had like a Halloween costume like this, and if you were as an adult and you came to my house, man, you could get some candy, pause. If you came to my house with a swollen head like this, pause. Hey, you can take the whole bucket of candy, my G. That's a good ass motherfucking Halloween costume right there. That's some good shit right there. The eyes all fucked up, look like Mike Tyson got to him. Tommy got the fresh white tee on. Well, they get the information. And Vic, the next time we see him, he's asking for protection. Hey man, I need out. I need out. She said, once you get the information on Tommy Egan, we'll start negotiating the witness protection. Now, I don't know why. Like, look where they're at. Why is she talking to Vic? Like, have Vic come into the office. I didn't understand this. They got Vic out in the open. Like, Vic ain't a fucking target. Like, Tommy ain't knocking motherfuckers off. Dog, when I tell you Stacy Marks, when I originally seen her, I thought Dre be in the streets. You know, Dre is from the Shy, but she undercover in the Shy. You know what I mean? And this is her day job. She got Vic out here like this nigga ain't the biggest snitch in Chicago right now. Vic is potentially about to bring down the cartel, the Serbs, CBI, the Flynn's, everybody. But they just talking to this nigga at a random cross section in Chicago. They already have suspicion that Tommy is the one that killed Vargas. So you think he ain't following around Vic? We know that Tommy know that Vic got the phone call, but we ain't got the Tommy story. But what are they doing to Vic? Just an innocent white kid caught up into the life. All I gotta ask Vic is one question. Why are you so obsessed with the bug life? That's it, man. That's Vic's story. That's Vic's story. Damn. Ain't that some shit? All right. Who we got? We got who's hour 50? Okay, we on good. We good on timing because all we got is Tommy. We got the administrative group, and then like JP and everybody. We could do Tommy's story, get Tommy's story out the way, knock out Claudia, and you know what I mean? Then we might get to the administrative group. They fucking up, man. It really ain't much to say about them. They fucking up, man. Everybody, man. We really dropped the ball, man. 9 episodes in, I thought we was gonna crack down and really like crack some skulls in the street. But now you gotta see why I say we need the administrative group. Because without the administrative group, look how wild this show would be. Look how wild it would be. Let's say Diamond didn't have parole. The feds weren't watching Tommy and to save Vic and get him out. Man, this would be some wild shit. So we gotta have the police, or it'd just be too wild. We already got grandma blown up. We got the Serbs going at it with the cartel. We got